feel like I'm gonna get AIDS from this.
What's up, guys? It's John, and today we're talking about another sporting clays course. I did the video on Orvis Sandinona a while back with my friends Chris and Sarah, and they decided to join me again on this trip to Pintail Point along with my buddy Adam. Essentially what we did was take a camera along and film our experience there, give you our opinions, because there really aren't a lot of reviews and things on all the sporting clays courses that are available in the US, and being that we all love shooting sporting clays, we figured we'd chip into that. So before we went down there, I decided to check out the website. All the pictures of the place look awesome. You know, it looks well kept, etc., etc. And then I find a thing on there that says under new management, and that kind of is where this ball starts rolling. You know, the whole place looks great. Unfortunately, it's about $50, just under $50 to shoot there for a round of 100, which isn't the highest. It isn't the cheapest I've shot, but it's not a great price, especially when you have to drive 2 hours to get there like I did. So if you ever go there, you'll notice that Pintail Point is kind of a part of a compound of different attractions, and the signage to, you know, guide you to one or the other is kind of terrible. There's a couple forks in the road where it doesn't say, you know, sporting clays or Pintail Point this way. It's just like a sign that's literally like as big as an index card, and it tells you, you know, it says Pintail Point on there, but you can't read it. So I rolled into the parking lot to meet up with Chris and Sarah. We were still waiting on Adam, and, you know, taking a look around. The place looks pretty cool. We walk over to the wobble trap stand, which you can kind of see on the left here, and there's spider webs everywhere. The grass isn't cut. You know, we're starting to figure out maybe this place isn't as awesome as we'd hope. The clubhouse kind of looks like something out of Dirty Dancing. It's just kind of, I don't know, it looks like it might have been awesome back in like 1995, you know, something like that.
So this is Chris, if you don't recognize him from the other videos he's been in, and that's Sarah. She was in the Orvis video with us. What do you guys think of this place so far?
Looks nice.
Yeah?
Already bought a shirt.
All right, what do you think?
Fancy.
It's going to be a good time?
Yeah,
Good times.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Still waiting on Adam. What do you think of this place so far?
First time shooting here. Looks pretty good. We'll see after 100 targets.
So anyway, we soldiered on. We decided to check out the course, and, you know, we were there. We were ready to shoot. Let's go do it. So we get to the first station, and it's a station that's over the water, and we're all excited about that. You know, the course I shoot a lot, Lehigh Valley, has a lot of water stations, and I love that. It's very pristine. It looks awesome. And we were excited at that point. We thought the whole course was going to be great. Now, here's where things got a little strange to me. The range rules were actually after the first station, which doesn't make a lot of sense, because you would figure that, you know, walking into a range, they would want you to know the rules, not after you started shooting. Real quick, let's take a look at what everybody was shooting, just so you know, and there aren't a whole lot of questions about it.
A Remington 300, over under, 12 gauge, full choke.
Well, I'm shooting the A400 Excel today. I got an improved modified choke in here, no big deal.
Shooting John's A400 XL. It's neat. I like the kickoff, the recoil. Pretty cool shotgun.
Unfortunately, Adam shooting my gun led to this.
But it was pinching my neck fat. Shoots awesome now.
12 gauge Winchester SX3.
Is that Patrick Flanagan?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, he's so gingery and beardy now.
Well, Patrick Flanagan is a ginger, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right, actually.
And now you know what we were shooting, so let's move on to the course layout and what our impressions were. Now, as we got into the following stations after the first one, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5, they're set off to the left side of the path and kind of very similar looking. Now, when you go into a station at most sporting clays courses, they have a little board in there that says, you know, X amount of pairs, for example, 3 report pairs. Now, report means you shoot one bird, and then on the report of that shot, the person throwing the birds throws the next one. Or simo, meaning simultaneous.
Cool.
And basically, this course had no such thing. They had a board in there, and it had listed, you know, targets on there, but it was not the same as what was in front of us. Now, there were some really cool stations that actually led to me getting some incredible shots on video. And if you watch this very closely, you can actually see the quad shot combo, leaving the shotgun, separating, and then breaking the bird, which is incredible, especially on a camera that isn't high speed. And of course, as was the case with that day, following a neat station, which there were very few of, would be an incredibly boring set of stations. And of course, walking, which got to be an annoyance later in the day, and I'll tell you why later.
Pull.
Pull.
So all the boringness kind of led to us kind of having our own fun, which is unfortunate because you can lose concentration and start to drop targets. Granted, we were having fun, but it wasn't because of the course. It was because we were there joking around, which would have been a lot better if the course was more interesting.
God, it's so big on there.
This always making fun of me. I don't even appreciate that.
You are such a mouth breather.
What?
That was a little fast.
And of course, more boring stations.
You can't even grow a mustache. You got the dirt going on your lip right now.
Pull.
You'll notice that the grounds were a little bit unkempt. Things were overgrown. It basically looked like nobody had cared about this place in a little while.
Pull.
And of course, there were more mediocre stations. Which, again, leads to more of creating our own fun.
We should just get adult-sized big wheels with gun holders and shell holders.
That's a brilliant idea.
It is a brilliant idea.
What?
Come to Pintail Point, they said.
Will you pay attention?
Have fun, they said.
Pull.
That's not my fault. It's his fault, okay? Not mine, his. There, I am sorry. Don't yell at me.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes when things are a little bit negative, that tends to snowball with me and my friends in this case. And things that really aren't that annoying tend to annoy you more than they should. For instance, these incredibly small target boxes. Adam's not a small guy, I'm not a small guy, Chris is not a small guy. And we were forced to stand in, these little huts where, our heads are almost touching the top and you can't really move around and, catch the targets the way you should. You kind of have to lean out and shoot at weird angles, and that's not fun for anybody.
Well,
And look, even Miss Positive Sarah got a little bit negative.
Say that again for the camera.
Such profanity.
I am a lady. Pull.
Those of you that paid close attention to the rule sign earlier in the video will have noticed that it says management will enforce the rules. Now, I would like to point out that during that day, we didn't see any management other than to pay. And I saw one employee, and that was driving by to pick up trash, and I think he missed one.
Make it rain, Miss. Oh my God.
dump it all over your face.
Oh.
And of course, more boring stations. So that was pretty much the end of the day. Kind of lackluster, and I wanted to get everybody's opinions, so here they are.
It was mediocre at best. Wasn't laid out real well, as far as, instruction wise. We didn't know if we were shooting, 2 pairs at a station, 5 pairs at a station. All in all, scenery was pretty good. Target presentation was just beginner at best.
Live one.
Yeah, I mean, it was just okay. When I shoot here again, not for the money.
I thought that the instructions were horrible. I thought it was pretty. I didn't like that you had to walk all the way to the end and then it didn't loop around, so we had to turn around and walk all the way the back. That was kind of lame. I think it has the potential to be a real good course, but I wouldn't pay for it again.
I didn't like it. Wasn't very impressed. Yeah, lack of direction, whatnot. That's about it.
Honestly, it was a lot of fun because you guys were here. I had a really good time hanging out with all my buddies and obviously blasting some targets. But overall, this place, in my opinion, kind of sucks. The layout is boring. The target presentation is not challenging enough. I mean, some of them were kind of but again, it's not good. It was almost $50 for us to shoot here, and I was challenged more yesterday at the course we shoot more regularly. And it's way cheaper and the targets are better, and yeah, this place just not worth it.
So I wanted to add a couple things to what we all had to say there. Essentially, the management is going to need to figure some things out. There's a very big lack of signage on how many targets to shoot at different stations and where the target presentations are, and things that are basic for sporting clays courses, and it's really just flat out unfortunate. I think that there should have been some kind of warning, when you're walking down this path along the stations, that you would have had to come all the way back, because you don't know that until you get all the way to the end, that there's no path that loops back around. And it's just kind of lame. Most sporting clays courses that I've shot loop around and come back to the clubhouse, not just go all the way out and then you walk back and do nothing. That's lame. It's pretty unfortunate that we all had a negative experience, but such is life. You live and learn. Sometimes you got to spend money to learn some things, and that's how it was in this case. Of course, guys, if you enjoyed this video, give it the old thumbs up, give it a like, and if you haven't yet, consider subscribing. It's free, and you get to come back and check out all the cool things that I have to share with you guys. Thanks for watching.